And that is when they are. So we had a little conversation. And here's what she said in answer to my question about when did you meet. Her email was, we met on December 5th. He came to a party with me on December 6th. You met him on December 7th. We had pizza and rented a movie for our first date on Monday, December 8th. And from then on in, we were officially dating / practically living together. And my response was, wait, I did not meet him on December 7th. Her response, you did. The truth is, Ashley's mistaken, and I have proof. Because on December 8th, we had the following instant messenger chat. Sarah, how is your date? Question mark, exclamation point. Ash, he's so cute. I am so IL, which means in love, but an internet shorthand. Me, for reals? And then I followed that up with, Mommy thinks you're going to marry this guy. So let's back it up for 1 second. So I think, by Ashley's time clock, we're like 3 days in at this point. So everyone, my mom's quite pressing. Anyway, Ashley's response, what a weirdo. Me, we'll see. When do I get to meet him? And Ashley's response, I'm still meeting him. So a few days later, according to my internet log, Ashley instigated another chat session. In this case, she was recovering from a pinched nerve in her neck that she actually had to go to the ER, and she got. It was quite severe. So anyway, I don't know. Probably was chatting about that, and then by the way, my internet boyfriend came over last night, and I'm so IL. He's so cute. I said, I think he's imaginary. At this point, I was like, really? Why do I keep hearing? Anyway, Ashley, and this is a direct quote from he, bought me flowers. And then she cracks bra, which I guess I could, edit. Like you didn't buy those for yourself. Right. And there was sort of internet silence, so I amended, just kidding. Excited to meet him one of these days. Is he officially your boyfriend now? Which Ashley followed up with, and cookies. And chat. So fast forward 2 days later, and finally I get to meet John. And so as far as the pacing of a normal relationship goes, this is actually kind of early stage to start, family introductions, despite my request to meet him. It was kind of like, oh, we've been on maybe a date. And, so we're this normal relationship that probably would have been early, but nothing about the speedy progression of John and Ashley's relationship was what one might call normal. So by the time I actually met John, it was pretty clear that he and Ashley were already completely smitten with each other. And so, and maybe that is why my first meeting with John felt more like a reunion than a meeting. It was pretty obvious he had already claimed his place in Ashley's life and her heart, and therefore in mine as well. There's so much I love about John. His subtle sense of humor, his ability to listen, his kindness, he's honest, he's diligent, he's loyal. And something that really stands out to me is John's endless patience with children, and specifically mine. Hattie and Elliot loved John wholeheartedly, and for good reason. He and Ash spent hours with them, telling them stories, taking them on adventures, letting them mess around with Photoshop on his computer. Just hanging out, and they're blessed with a number of wonderful uncles, and now they have one more, and we just couldn't be happier. And to say that I know John will be a wonderful husband to Ash is pretty redundant, actually, because for anyone who knows John, this is obvious, because he's not capable of being anything but wonderful. So anyway, I love John, and I couldn't be happier with Ash's choice, but. I'm going to turn it over to focus over to Ash right now. And so I know it's hard to believe, but I'm 5.5 years older than Ashley. I know. I thought I was her younger sister, but actually, no. And so when I was thinking back to some of our sort of childhood times that we shared, I really wasn't coming up with anything good. I was sort of like, I don't know, she was a baby, and then nothing good. So when you're that far apart in age as kids, you're just doing different things, you're not really on the same level. So it's kind of reaching back to the dark recesses of my memory, and all I could come up with was when, let's see, I was about 16 and Ashley was about 10, and I suddenly realized that she was someone that that's some, tiny kid sister. She was someone I really wanted to hang out with and be best friends with forever and ever, all the time. And I'd like to think that she and I are achieving that, and that it makes them happier than it could be, because there couldn't be a better, more amazing best friend. But this being a toast, there's got to be a roast aspect. And last night, a lot of the toast touched on how, Ashley is actually pretty hard to roast, because she's this beautiful person inside and out, and she's so smart and good and talented and good at everything she does, and this is all true. But there are actually many things that Ashley is very bad at. And I'm going to go through some of those right now. The number one thing Ashley's really bad at is holding it. Ashley needs to pee about 5 times every hour. We used to call her the hose when she was little, because she has to pee. She's bad at driving. She's not that good. I'm not that good either, but her car is looking worse than mine right now. Dog training. I don't know, questionable skills there. Singing, music in general. I don't know, actually, I thought she did really well during that hymn today at the wedding, but so I might take that one back. Let's see. She is not that great at the indoor voice. That also might be kind of just a hall trait. Insecurities. Inactivity. If there was a varsity couch potato team, Ashley would not make it. Not so good at just sitting around. And her poker face is terrible, and it's a good thing that she actually doesn't play poker, because there's no secrets when it comes to Ashley's face. Her emotions are displayed. But the thing that Ashley is absolutely the worst at, and really, really, really awful at, is being a bad friend. She's terrible at being a bad aunt and daughter. She sucks at being a bad sister. And John, I can say with complete assurance, she is just going to be terrible at being a bad wife. And this I know. And so, I've got tracked on my glass. I would like you all to join me in raising a glass to the Caseys, the beautiful, wonderful Caseys. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Sarah, everybody, that wonderful toast. Yes.